Well, here I am again. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about choosing a dog trainer. So, this is something that I think, and just another topic that I don't think a lot of people really sit down and think about, because a lot of the time I feel that, um, I guess it's something that people think of. Oh, we won't need a trainer until there's a problem, which that's a little bit of a topic for a different day. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to actually choose a trainer, because at the end of the day, if you aren't a good fit for the trainer that you've chosen, or vice versa, you're not going to get the best help. Like, let's think about what a trainer's role in your relationship is, right? So the trainer is there to coach you and to build a training plan that works for your specific problems. They're there to walk you through it. There's going to be times where you're going to be like, oh, I don't really want to do that. But that's actually part of the growing process with your dog and part of the training process. Some of the things that may be a little bit uncomfortable, like let's say you have a dog who they are reactive and they really it makes you nervous to take them out in public and stuff like that. That's something a trainer will not only help walk you through, but also support you with. But that said, if you have a relationship with a trainer where you don't feel like you can tell them that you're nervous about your dog, or well, I'm afraid every time I go out with them, I'm afraid that something's going to happen. I'm worried that when I open the front door, my dog's going to run out and be gone forever. Those are all worries that I or any other trainer that you're working with has to know about. There's also other details, like we have to know about your life. We have to know who else is in the house. We have to know things about like your schedule and stuff like that, because we have to be able to craft a training plan that's going to work for you. And with that said, there has to be a level of trust, and there has to be a level of our personalities meshing together at least a little bit. Because if there isn't, then, first of all, if there isn't any trust, first, like, I don't even know how to, if I had a client who didn't trust me, I would seriously question them. Why are you working with me? If you're going to question everything that I advise you to do, and you're going to question the techniques that I might tell you to do, or ask you to show me video of what you're doing at home and that kind of thing. So, for our relationship to work, there has to be trust. And at the same time, if I don't trust the client, I wouldn't be working with them, number one, because I don't trust them. So that should be at the forefront, is you'll want to pick somebody who you can feel that you can trust, and who it feels good working with them, and it feels good training with them. And of course, we do want to see progress with the dog, but it's, how do I put this? I don't even think that's but. I think it's and we want someone who you can work well with, because that's what's really going to get you the best results with your training. If you're constantly questioning the person, if you do not trust them, if you you don't like the fact that they cuss, you don't like that they you don't like the clothes they wear, or you just don't like them for whatever reason, that's going to hold you back. It truly is. Because when you're working with a trainer, you have to be able to focus on the work. And likewise, the trainer has to be able to focus on helping you. And once again, it does come back to trust, and it comes back to trust mainly, because like I said, you have to be able to communicate with your trainer. You have to be able to say, hey, Nicole, it's not working. I tried what you did. Here's what I did. Here's video of what I did. Here's what I tried. It's not working for me. What else can I do? And if you're not able to do that, then how can, like, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not psychic. So I can't guess that you're having problems. And at the same time, although it is part of my job to check in with people and to be like, hey, how are things going? I'm not doing that every day, right? So I'm not like breathing down someone's neck, being like, how's the training going, guys? Like, I'm not doing that at all. And so day by day, you know, you have to be able to communicate back and forth with me. And if you don't like me and if you don't want to, well, there's plenty of other trainers. I will tell you straight up, like, it's no loss for me. I would much rather have somebody who enjoys working with me and who works to get, like, who we work well together with, who's going to forgive me for stumbling over my words now and again, who feels comfortable asking me questions about their dog and perhaps mistakes they're making or things like that. Like, for example, that's another touchy thing. If somebody you don't like or trust is telling you that you're doing something wrong, it's gonna feel different than somebody who you trust who's like, hey man, you know, you made a mistake here, let's get this fixed and let's sort this out, right? So it's a different experience. And that's part of the process that you guys really should be aware of and like taking into consideration. This next one is going to be a little bit obvious. It should feel like the dog trainer cares about you and like they give a shit. Like, I'm just going to lay it out. It should really feel like they've taken time to get to know what your issues are, that it's not like, oh yeah, we can help you, you know, give us your money. Like, it shouldn't be that kind of experience, in my opinion. That's not how I personally do it. I know that there are many trainers who are like that, who are just like, tell me the problem. Yes, we can fix it. Money. That's not how I am, because I do want to get to know each and every person and I want to be able to provide the best I can for those people. So my advice to you guys is whatever trainer you're working with, that's not the experience that you should expect. You should not expect to go in there like your dog is not your car. Like when you go to the mechanic, you're like, well, it's making a funny noise. I don't know what's going on. And the mechanic's like, okay, I'll look at it. And then they go fix your car. Like, that's not what having a dog is. That's not, and it shouldn't be the expectation of the experience either. Especially since with dog training, you have to do work too. I can train somebody's dog to phenomenal levels, but when that dog goes home, there's maintenance that has to be kept up. And if the person doesn't do it, or if they don't want to do it, or whatever it is, they didn't like me well enough to learn effectively, whatever it is, you know, the training's going to go back down to the level it used to be. So it really is in your guys' best interest to make sure that you are choosing the person who makes you feel good about working with them, who feels like it's someone you're going to be able to work with. This is not, I mean, think about it this way, and I'm going to wrap this up in a minute here. Think about it this way. Remember back to your school days, even those of you who were perhaps homeschooled, it doesn't matter. Remember back to your school days. Think about a teacher that you did not like. And maybe if you were homeschooled, maybe this was your parent. Maybe there were days where you were like, oh God, this sucks. And you didn't learn those days either because you were in a different state of mind. So think back to teachers who you didn't like, or who you just didn't, they all had a beef with you, or whatever it is. You didn't learn well from them. There's no way that you learned well from those teachers. I assure you, you learned better or were more engaged in the lesson with somebody who you liked. And most of us have teachers like that too, who, yeah, I like this subject. I liked working with this. I had one teacher who was an English teacher like that. And I had a biology teacher like that, where it was a mixture of I don't want to say entertainment, but it was definitely, it was, I wanted to go to those lessons. But on the other hand, I had teachers who I did not want to go to those lessons. Like in between classes, it's like, oh, this shit again. And then you end up in the lesson, and of course, it's the same old shit again. And you don't want to be there. So you don't do very well. So dog training is exactly like that. Like my job, my entire job is to fix dogs and coach humans. That's it. And it makes our lives a lot easier if we work well together. So that's my 2 cents for you guys. I hope that is helpful when you're looking out for your next trainer or when you're in the mood to find one. And happy hunting out there. Stay safe.